Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Wednesday. Thanks for tuning into the show, and I hope you are doing fantastic. It's crazy that we're already here to the end of February, guys. It's been a whirlwind of a month. We were gone for 2.5 weeks of February just about, and it's just flown by. So we honestly stayed pretty booked up consistently with work all the way through December, into the first week or two of January, and then we kind of died off into January, beginning part of February. We just went in a lull. I couldn't keep the pipeline totally full. We were able to keep guys on and had just some part-time stuff throughout the week and things. But now we're here at the end of February. We went on vacation for 2 weeks to Florida with the Almonds and the Fullertons, just a little family getaway there. It was a super fun time. We'll probably do a debrief on that on Monday, on Marriage Monday. And coming up here, the last two was with Caleb and Brittany Almond. And guys, those were two of probably the best Marriage Mondays that we've ever done. Honestly, it was a whole conversation that we had split up into two shows, and we just, guys, when we talk to them, we get to go really, really deep, and we really get to really dive into marriage and relationships and business all in one. It is crucial to be on the same page about a lot of things in business, guys. I'm not going to recap that whole show. You just need to go back to Monday and listen to the last 2 weeks of Marriage Mondays with them. It will potentially change your business, your life, and your marriage as well. If you really listen through the whole thing and take some things away and apply them to your lives, I really think you could see some change there. So, super fun show with them. It was a great vacation. Like I said, we'll probably recap that next Monday with Savannah here on the show. But today we're here at the end of February, and it's wild that we made it this far. And spring is here, guys. It's really, really crazy that we've made it to this point. Right around the corner, we're going to be mowing. Like next week, we're going to start up mowing full time, full force. Here we go, March 1. Let's get it. And I know a lot of you guys out in the Midwest, the Northeast, you're not quite there yet. It'll be another month probably before you're mowing. But you can start mulching here in the next week or two, hopefully. And so that's going to be cool to see that spring revenue start coming in. But today, guys, I want to walk through a plethora of things. I feel like there's so many updates. There's so many, like it's been a minute since I've just done a solo show like this and talked through our thought process, our plan, things that we're doing going into springtime. And I'm honestly glad to be back on here. I miss just having a solo show with you guys and just hanging out for a little bit. And I'm actually sitting in the hotel room in Nashville right now. So we went to Florida for 2 weeks and came home, did the Lawn Care Life Conference Friday, Saturday. Savannah worked on Sunday. We left Sunday night at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and drove to Nashville. And then we've been in a 2-day intensive workshop Monday and Tuesday with Mark Bradley and Alaman there. More stuff we're going to get into that today probably as well. But, guys, it's just been a whirlwind. And I've never been more excited about springtime and the year ahead than I am right now. And I think that our company has more potential to do more revenue and more profit than it ever has before. And that is 100%. That's a guarantee. That's not. We definitely have the more potential. That's not even a question. And so I'm excited to see where we go, where we implement things, and take this thing this year. You heard me and Caleb on the last couple shows. Top line to the moon, guys. That's obviously a joke. It's probably going to be a running joke that we'll keep going. It's just funny. We were talking about revenue and how people get caught up in revenue game, and we were like, whatever, just take it to the moon and take it to the top. And if Mark Bradley heard us say that, he would not be friends with us anymore. But it's obviously all in jest, guys. You need to know that if you hear that, because I was at the conference this weekend and somebody came up and tapped me on the back and said and just said top line of the moon, and it caught me off guard because it wasn't Caleb, and I forgot we talked about it on the show. And so it's funny that it's out there now. Hashtag top line of the moon. If you post things on Instagram, let's get that hashtag going. But it is a super fun time, guys. It's a crazy time to be here. Spring is here. Can't wait to see where we go. Forgive me if I sound a little nasally. Just coming off a little cold. We all got something coming up from Florida, and all been kind of fighting it on our own, getting back into the swing of things. But before we get into the show today, though, I want to share about something that I'm super excited about, and it's a new partner here on the show, Tri-Green Equipment. And, guys, they're my local dealer that I do all of my John Deere stuff through, and I cannot speak any more highly of Tri-Green, guys. It's been such an honor and a privilege and a great process to work with them over the 5 years of me being in business. I started out day one with them. I've grown my company with them. I've changed out mowers. I've gotten service. All kinds of stuff they've helped me through, from financing to service to parts to everything in between. They've helped me, and you're going to hear some more from them here as we go down through the shows the next couple weeks. And they are the local dealer for your John Deere equipment. A lot of their stores still sell steel, and I think they sell maybe some battery-powered equipment in some other stores as well, but don't quote me on that. But I know that the primary is they're your John Deere dealer, and they're the place to go to get your John Deere stuff serviced, worked on, bought, all of that. And so they range from central Alabama all the way up through Tennessee. I think it's middle Tennessee is about where they top out at. But, guys, I couldn't recommend them more. I think there's around 20 locations, and we have one that they just built a brand new and close to home, which has been awesome. You've heard me talk in the past about having good dealer support through them, but I had to drive a while. I was driving 40 minutes. I waited them out, and they finally put a store closer to me, like 15 minutes from the house now, which is so cool. But guys, they're an awesome partner. I can't recommend them enough. If you're in that area geographically, then I highly recommend you checking them out. Getting ready for springtime. They offer a lot of options. Again, you're going to hear more from them down the road, but I want to just say thanks to them for sponsoring the show today and partnering with us here, because they're helping us bring this to you heading into spring rush and helping you get set up and ready to go. So let's hop into the show, guys. I know that's 10 minutes of like, what do you mean hop into the show? What have we been doing the whole time? Well, we have been recapping, and that's a short recap, to be honest. We could recap forever because coming off this Element Intensive has been wild, and I don't even know where to begin on that. Probably going to do a whole show on Friday on that, doing a whole full recap. I need to like gather my thoughts and process everything that I took in. It's like a fire hose from that event in Nashville, and so it was a great 2-day mastermind. If you're listening live, you could be in Vegas tomorrow, or you could be in Pittsburgh next week, and they're the last two events that they have doing this 2-day workshop with Mark. They're personally teaching you. And guys, he grew a $50 million landscape company. He is the CEO of Element, has scaled that up to quite a bit of revenue, and I think over 9,000 users, I believe. And so, guys, getting to be in a room with him and 40 or 50 other people it's not even a question. Like, it's worth every penny. We took so much away from that. Again, we'll talk about that more on Friday, but it is definitely a well worth an investment. And so you got Las Vegas Thursday and Friday, Pittsburgh Monday and Tuesday. Pittsburgh, I think they're doing a shop tour with that as well at Local Roots. And so you need to check all those out. If you can, you got two more options, two more opportunities to get in there. If you don't get in with them, then you're done. There's no more 2-day workshops for this year. They'll start them back up. Well, I guess they will when I say this year, before springtime. They'll start them back up in, I think, October, he said, and then do them through the winter again. But it's a well worth an investment. So where are we at today? I want to talk about Spring Rush a little bit. What are we doing to get ready? How are we getting prepared? We're taking a lot of things away from these events, from vacation. Like, it was a working vacation. I literally worked on building a budget. We planned out some marketing material. Like, it was crazy. It wasn't just like a go sit on the beach all day. And that's the power of having good friends around you guys. Like, get around good people that you can network with and grow your companies, your families, your life with. Because when you do that and you get around people that are going the same direction as you, it's life and work just kind of blend together. and you're having to separate them because you're all aligned, and so you enjoy what you're doing. And so that was a huge benefit of that trip, was just being able to grow there. But our prep for spring is kind of simple, guys. It's we're in a big place right now. We just bought the property. If you've followed along with us for any length of time, the last 3 months probably, we purchased a piece of land that is perfect for us. We've got it cleared off now and actually got it ready to operate out of. We are currently, as we speak, in the process of moving all of our equipment up there and getting on that lot. The next step in the process is getting the lot graveled. And once we get it graveled, then we bring in a shipping container in. And hopefully we're going to be doing all that like within this month of March. And I hope we can get that done. We'll have to see just kind of how schedule and logistics play out here. But I would like to get that done in March, and then we will be fully operational out of there by the beginning of April. And it's so cool. I'm so excited. It's a huge step for us. But just having this land is just even a dream come true. Being able to get all of our stuff up there. We're not spread out. I don't have stuff on one side of the house, one on the other. Because, guys, I've operated my business for 5 years out of my house and out of my basement. And so I know that it's possible. I know you can do it because I've done it. And so we're going to just try to optimize and get everything as efficient as we can as far as coming in and out, trailers, things like that. Get everything parked up there. And so really the basics, though, guys, the absolute basics. I know I've met a lot of guys recently on Instagram and at these events that you're starting up this year, you're in year 2, and you're ready to go, you're energized, you're excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited with you. I'm excited for my company. We're in year 6 now. And the things that a lot of times get looked over that really shouldn't are just some simple stuff like, guys, be maintaining your equipment. We've spent, like I said, the pipeline hasn't been totally full the last 2 or 3 weeks at home. And so the guys have been cleaning out the trucks. They've been doing oil changes. They've been washing the equipment. I actually just dropped off. So this was a big step for us this year. We all of our handheld trimmers had just gotten beat up from the summer before, the last 2 years really. They just get beat up throughout the summer. They fall off the rack, or they fall. You set them down and they fall over and they tumple, or whatever you can imagine, guys. I mean, people you run over them. Everybody's ran over a trimmer at least once before, and so they just get used. They get used and abused, and that's what the part of having a commercial maintenance business is you use your equipment, and so that's why you buy commercial grade stuff, not residential. But they were just beat up. The timings were out. They weren't idling. They weren't cranking really well. Filters, plugs, everything, bulbs, everything needed to be changed on them, I'm sure. And so I'm not very good at that stuff, if I'm being totally honest. I don't really have the time or the bandwidth to learn how to do all that stuff. I don't have guys right now that can do that stuff. And so they don't know, so I can't train them. And so for us, the best decision for me was to take them and have them dropped off and let our dealer work on them. And so we took 5 trimmers and I believe 1 blower up there last week and had all those worked on. Got them back just yesterday, and everything is prepped and ready to go. That was awesome. We dropped 5 off. It was $400, I think, so a little less than $100 a piece. And guys, it's worth every penny. It's worth every single penny. To not have to fool with that, to not have to sit out there and try to adjust the carb. Because if you know what you're doing, yeah, it's a different story. But a lot of you guys that are early on in business, you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're 5 years in like me. I don't know what I'm doing. That's just not something that I want to be That's not where I want to focus my time. I don't want my time to be focused on changing a carburetor, adjusting the valves or whatever. Should you probably know how to do all that stuff when you're running a landscape company? Yes. Should you have someone on your team? Yes. We don't right now, and so I'm not going to sit here and kill myself and try to learn all that going into spring. I just don't have the time for that. My focus needs to be on selling work, getting prepped for spring, getting things optimized, and getting everything as efficient as possible. And so that's where my focus was and is. And so we took those, had them dropped off, 5 days in the shop, $400 later. We got all our stuff back, rocking and ready to go. Because, guys, our trimmers were gotten to the point where you were cranking them. It was just pissing everybody off. It sucked. You would get mad because it wouldn't stay running. Everybody deals with that stuff. And to be honest, truth be told, Stihl is the worst about this. I love their equipment. I love the power they bring. Their trimmers do not hold up that well over time, and in my experience. And so they get out of tune or timing or whatever. It needs to be adjusted. The carb needs to be adjusted to where they don't idle very well for a long period of time. And so I didn't have time to fool with it. We took them, we dropped them off, we got them back. Now we're ready to go. All that stuff is ready. cranks on the first pull. It's going to sit there and idle. Everything is ready to go. Filters, fuel bulbs, all that stuff. Changed, ready to go. And so now I know when we go into spring to start mowing next week, we're going to be ready to go. And so when we get home, it's going to be finishing getting everything cleaned up. Like I said, guys have been cleaning, getting all that stuff cleaned up. We're probably going to put a bagger on a mower this year for the spring to do some scalping, hopefully. I've got the Ballard Catch Pro. I bought that 3 years ago, I believe, and haven't really used that to its full potential. So thinking about mounting that this year and see if we can use that in scalping. But that's kind of the actual logistics, getting things maintained, getting things ready to go, changing oil, all that stuff. Shift sides to the actual business portion, and we need to talk about talking to your customers, and you need to be contacting them. You need to be making a lot of you guys, especially up north, that haven't done anything since October and November when leaves stopped. You need to be reaching out to your customers. You're late. Truth be told, you're late. If you have not had any interaction with your customer since October and November, you're late, and so you need to be doing that right now, getting in touch with them, seeing if they are ready to, or just confirming that they're ready to move forward with your service this year. Some people send out service agreements. Some people just send out an update. I personally don't send out service agreements. I actually just send out an update in the spring. I'll probably send mine out, honestly, Thursday or Friday of this week, probably Friday of this week. And it's just going to be real simple. It's going to let everybody know what the updates are. It's going to let people know of their price increases that are getting price increases. We're actually in the process, so this is a whole different shift here. I'm going to state it, and then we'll come back to it. If you haven't figured it out yet, we're shifting to LMN, and so we're onboarding right now. It's a whole other process. I'll talk on that in just a minute, but I'm going to let people know that we're changing platforms. Their customer portal is going to be totally different. We need to get that set up. We need to get cards stored on file, and all of that stuff. And so that's what we're about to be doing. We're about to make sure all that happens. And so what we do is we send that email out, and I just say, if you receive this, and we can also see when we open it, if they open it or not. But if I don't receive a response, then we're counting that as we're good to go, and you're good with the price increase. And so I've done that for 3 years now. I've never had an issue with it. Most people don't even really, our customers don't have time to reply. They don't care. They just want us to do a really good job and a really good service, and so that's what we're here for, is to make their life easy. And so that's what we're going to do, is send that email out, make sure everybody's good to go, and we'll start servicing next week. But getting in constant contact with your customers, that's something that we're going to focus on even more this year. We're bringing Savannah onto the business more. She's going to take on some more roles. That's probably going to be one of them, is sending out customer emails at least probably once I don't know about once a month. We might do once every 2 months, but just an update. It probably will be every month. Just an update of where we are in business, what we're doing that month, what does the service look like, how can they be service extra, because we have a big push on adding more enhancements this year to our current customers. We have a lot of customers that we only mow and blow and go for, and we need to take those customers and turn them into, instead of them being $2,000 a year customers, turn them into $4,000 a year customers by adding pine straw, adding mulch, shrub trimming, some landscape lighting, something like that. And that happens by being in contact with them. They don't know that if you don't tell them. And so by sending out an email a month of whatever service we're doing that month, what we're focusing on, what we're hitting, then hopefully we'll drum up some new work that way and take those customers and add more value to them and their homes and their properties. And so that is another step in the process of getting ready for spring, is get those customers, get in contact with them, make sure they're signed up, ready to go. I have seen the loan agreements work. I've seen a lot of people do them, and people send it back. They check the boxes they want. That's awesome. If that works for your business, run that model and go with it. That's just not what we do. And so pick what works for you and rock with it. So circling back to the whole LMN thing, I'll probably tie the rest of this. This is going to be a short show. I don't have much of a voice, but we'll tie this into Friday's show, probably recapping on the event. But we made the decision 2 or 3 weeks ago, to actually go ahead and make the switch over to LMN. This has been on my mind for 2, 3, 4 months now, really ever since I quit using Synced Up last year. Hey guys, let's talk cash flow really quickly. Managing cash flow is just a part of running a green industry business, but I tell you what, it is a very, very important one. Tri-Green Equipment is your Middle Tennessee and North Alabama John Deere dealer, and they understand the ins and the outs of managing through seasonality. They offer conventional financing and commercial leasing options that can be tailored to meet your needs specifically for seasonal payments, flexible hours, and even low payments. Now, I'll tell you firsthand, I use Tri-Green to help me grow my business from day one when I financed my first John Deere mower at 0% all the way up to today. We've grown with them. We're looking at now their new leasing program that they offer, and it's just something that I can't wait to grow with Tri-Green. They've helped me from the beginning. My business wouldn't be where it is today without them. Their sales team, their service department, everything that they offer us and help us with is just top notch, and I cannot recommend them anymore. You check them out. TriGreenEquipment.com is where you can reach out to them. If you're anywhere from Middle Tennessee all the way down through Central Alabama, this is the group that you need to be working with to help you grow your company. Check out TriGreenEquipment.com today to hear and learn more from them. If you followed along last year, I started with Synced Up right before springtime, and on board with them, went through, used it for a couple months, and it just didn't work. It didn't fit our model at the time. It didn't fit our maintenance model. And truth be told, I didn't devote the time to it that I should have to do the onboarding and things. But I just didn't think that it was going to fit us very well, and so ended up moving on from that. Love Weston. Weston's been on the show since then. No hard feelings there at all. I love the product that Synced Up offers. I think that it's a great product. Design build guys love it. I know a lot of people that do love it. Awesome product. That being said, fast forward, I knew that I left a lot of money on the table this past year on our landscape installs by not having some type of budgeting and estimating software. We did easily over $100,000 in install work this year, and there's no telling how much we left. I did all of that estimating out of yard book and pen and paper and calculator. And so that can't happen in the future. We probably left $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on the table by not having an actual budgeting software. And so I knew we had to get that done because we want to focus more on landscapes this year. We want to grow our maintenance division. And so I believe that Element is going to work well with both of those. And so it's going to be a process. We're in the onboarding process right now. That takes like 4 to 6 weeks to get truly into it. And we've got our budget built and things. We're working through some other stuff in there, getting customers in and all that. And so that's why I say the customer portal is going to change for them, because they're not going to be getting yard book invoices anymore. It's going to be all through LMN. And so that's where we're at with that. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a huge shift for us. I'm excited to actually see. Well, I say I'm excited. I'm happy to know that we're going to know our numbers fully in depth. And I'm a big advocate of knowing your numbers. Like, look, guys, I knew what I need to be charging. We've stuck to that. But at the end of the day, and I have great bookkeepers in the landscaping bookkeeper, so I do know my numbers, but I'm looking at it as an autopsy. Reading a P&L every month is an autopsy. Whereas if I have a estimating budgeting software that I'm tracking time in, that I'm estimating out of, I can real-time job costs in the project, look at analytics, where are we spending time, are we going to hit hours, are we not going to hit hours? The guys can get the apps on their phone, they can track time, and that goes in and shows them their dashboard of if they're being efficient or not. Like, there's so much we can get into. And so I'm excited to use Element in our company and work with them moving forward. We're going to be bringing you a lot of stuff, a lot of content, probably focused around Element as well, just how it can help your business, and we're going to share our journey with it. I'm not going to come at it from an approach like, oh, get Element, it'll save your life. Like, hey, we're using Element. We're gonna see how it changes our company. I'm going to share and document our process along the way. And I hope that it does change our company. I hope that I can look back in 6 months and be like, dude, this was the best decision we ever made. And I can truthfully tell you that. And hopefully you get on some type of software, who knows, maybe LMN. But you should at least be looking at using the free version. Get on there, build a budget. And Mark even says that himself. Like, at the event, he said, look, you don't have to buy my software for 12 months a year. If nothing else, you go do the 30-day free version. You get the free version. You build an estimate. You build a budget in there. You export that budget, and you use that budget for the rest of the year. And you can do your stuff on pen and paper by hand if you want to, but have some type of budget. And so if you don't have $300, $400 a month to spend on it, that's an option if you're only making $150,000, $200,000 a year in revenue. But at the same time, I think a lot of people it could be turned on the whole statement, I can't afford it. That can be turned back on you to say you can't afford not to. You can't afford not to have this type of software that will actually in depth show you and help you change your company as far as numbers go, as far as employees go, efficiencies, all the things that go into it. And so again, it's like I said, it's a wide range of stuff that we're going to be covering over the next couple months as we onboard and go through it and kind of just document as we go. I'm excited to do it. It's going to be a really very, very it's going to be fun, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. And I want to make sure you know that going in, that if you do that, it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. There's going to be a lot of time spent doing it, and I know that going in now. And so I'm excited to see where it takes us. But the last thing, so we talked getting everything cleaned up, ready to go, your actual equipment, getting it prepared, getting in touch with your customers, your current customers, making sure they're ready to go. Well, then you got to focus on new leads and getting new leads in the door and getting new work booked. There's a lot of different ways to look at this, guys. I think that we should all be focusing on some type of outbound selling and direct mail marketing. And so what I mean by EDDM, direct mail marketing, is there's a couple options. You can either you can pay a postcard manager to run a campaign for you and have it targeted down to certain zip codes or certain neighborhoods or whatever, however they do all that. You can go to launchpreneuracademy.com, download the resource there, and take it to, it's not edible on there, but you take it to Postcard Mania, and I'm pretty sure they edit it for free. So go do that and do a mail out. And I know that it takes 6-7 touches to get an actual response sometimes to sell people on your service. But I know a lot of people have used these campaigns and have worked and have loved them. And so marketing is a game. You got to try it. You got to try, fail, adjust, see what works for you and your company. See what works for your market. You can't give up on it too fast. And so that is one version of EDDM that you could be doing. But another version of direct mail is like you could go on Fiverr or Upwork or something, have somebody design you a postcard, print that thing out, put stamps on it, and you could go like harvest addresses from your city website, city clerk website or something. And you could do that yourself. Like you could save some money, and you could only put them on. You can only send them to houses you wanted to send them to, certain areas that you wanted to be in, certain neighborhoods. Or you could pay a kid to go pass them out. And so it's like there's a lot of different ways around it, and you got to figure out which stage works for you for which stage of business you're in. But there's that option, and then there's also the outbound selling. This is something that Mark talked on very, very heavily at the event. Was the fact that there's so much business that comes from actually getting out and networking and selling your service. And so that doesn't mean just like waiting on someone to refer you. That's not what that means. It's like getting out and meeting new people and taking current clients and showing off showing your work to them, showcasing your work to them. Like we talked about earlier, adding on new services, making sure they see that, but then also going and finding new people, finding new leads, and going to you can go to any commercial buildings you want to get into. Try to get through the gatekeeper there. We talked about that in length the other night of how do you get through the gatekeeper. You can walk in and say, hey, my name's so-and-so. I just want to see if the property manager was here or your facilities manager was here. Wanted to talk about how we could help with the lawn and landscape. See what they say. If they say no, they're not here, then say, oh, okay, it's okay if I leave my name and number, or try to get their info. And if they say no, leave it here. Okay, cool. If I don't hear from them, can I follow up next week? Like that's a good way. And what you're doing is you're outbound. You're selling your work there. You're selling your service. You're being there. You're being present, and you're promoting your service to new people. And so there's so much more we're going to get into on that. We're going to talk through the whole element, break down the 2-day thing. Probably hit on the summit as well on Friday. Because we went down there, me and Brian went down there for literally a day. That was a wild trip, but went down there for that, and that was a really good time getting to hang out and network and meet some people down there as well. So please forgive me, guys. If I sound nasally, like I said, I'm still getting over this little cough thing that we had, some sinus drainage, just surviving. But spring is here, guys. I hope that you're prepared, that you're getting ready, that you're doing all the things necessary. Nothing in here was life-changing. Nothing in here was groundbreaking. This is the basics. This is the basics, and we're going to build from the basics. We're gonna walk through the spring season and actually build our companies. I'm excited to do it and take you along with me. I hope that you're excited. I hope you're pumped up and ready to go. It's been so fun getting a network with so many guys, like all the way back to October of last year at Equip. You got Equip, you got LAL, we got Naylor's event, you got Alabama, you got the Lawn Care Life. I almost called it Alabama Lawn Pros, but you got the Lawn Care Life. You got these Element events. There's so much time in the winter that you get to network with people, and take that and implement it and use it this year. Grow your life, grow your business. Don't just stay the same and stay stagnant the way that you have been for the past 3 years or 5 years or however long you've been in business. And so take it, change your life. I know you can do it. It's not even a question. If you're listening to this show, that means you're trying to develop yourself. You're trying to grow yourself. And I know that it's possible. And I might not be able to help you a ton on that process. If I give you some advice and some encouragement, I've done my job here. I'm trying to just encourage you, keep you moving, keep you going, give you a little bit of simple advice along the way because, guys, I'm right in the thick of it with you. And I've never said that I wasn't there, and I'm telling you right now that I'm still there. We're still in the process of growing and learning every day and adapting and growing. And so I can't wait to see what our year holds for us. It's going to be an awesome year ahead. Want to get into some bigger projects, want to grow our maintenance route, want to add some team members on, and really change our business's future. I'm pumped up about it. I'm excited to see where we go, and I know you're going to take your companies very, very far as well if you just devote the time and the effort and the work to it and get around the right people. Get the right people in your inner circle going into the year ahead. Bounce ideas off them. Create an accountability partner probably. I think that would be a really good thing to do as well. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope that it brought some value to you. It's a first one. Forgive me if it's a little rough. I haven't done a solo show in a minute. But we're getting geared up. We're getting ready to go. We're going to hit it hard. I'm going to hit the podcast hard this year. A ton of value coming, some great guests coming. And I know you're not going to want to miss a couple shows next week and here in the future what we got coming. It's gonna change your business. I know I've said that a lot, but I'm telling you guys, this is the year of change. Top line of the moon, right? Top line of the moon. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Check out our friends at Tri-Green. If you're, like I said, anywhere from Central Alabama all the way up through Middle Tennessee, they're your dealer, guys. They are the place to go if you're running John Deere. They are the place to go. And I'm going to check. I think you can actually order parts online through their parts store. I don't know if they ship them directly to you. I think they do, possibly. I'm going to check on that, and we'll talk about that on the next show if they do, if that's an option. But I think they might, which would be a really cool feature as well. So Tri-Green Equipment, thanks to them for sponsoring the show today and being partners with us here on the Growing Green podcast. It means the world that we get to come to you with great guests like them. And so stay tuned for some more stuff from Tri-Green as well. But, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, leave us a big 5-star rating and review. Those mean the world to us. I love getting to network and meet and hang out with a lot of you guys. Hopefully, some of the guys we've gotten to meet over the last couple of weeks are listening in and hanging out with us here on the show, which that's awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Share it with your friends if you did enjoy it, because that's how we grow the show, just one community or one relationship at a time. And so I enjoy it, guys. I love doing the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Get ready to crush spring this year. I know you're going to do great with it. Thanks for tuning in. And without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up. And we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.